I just found this report that I think will be interesting for anyone that's worried about how legislation affects Airbnb listings bottom lines, like the 180-day rule in Sydney, maybe Melbourne, who knows where else. Any levies, there was a talk of 7.5% levy being added on top of Melbourne listings, being like a stay tax or whatever. So I just wanted to show that some data that shows that it doesn't actually affect the bottom line that much. Um, so just remember two things. No matter what rules are implemented, the demand side from the guests does not change. So only the supply decreases because people are like, this is too complicated. It's how are we going to only do it for half the year? We just need to rent it out long term. Um, and then the supply of listings decreases. And then the only thing that budges when demand remains the same and supply decreases is the price goes up. So let's take a look at this. So as the data suggests, like that was my assumption, cities with strict Airbnb regulations are suffering from a short-term rental shortage. So the main ones are Queenstown, Brisbane, and Sydney. So you'll see here that a typical Airbnb listing in Sydney was booked 30 nights out of 31 in August, which was last month. And that has a 180-day limit, and Brisbane also has a 98% occupancy. I need to find out what sort of limits there are in Brisbane. I haven't researched that yet, but I'll post another video. I've got my VA jumping on that to figure it out and give me a report. That's pretty much it from this report. But I also want to touch on if you need to get a license to host in your area, like you need to do something with the government, something complicated, the same thing applies. You just need to figure out what the hoops are that you need to jump through them, and then capitalize on the limited supply in the Airbnb market because you jumped it through the hoops that no one else wanted to jump through. If the hoops are actually impossible and you've fully done your research and established that, well, you just can't do it, it's been grandfathered in, whatever, then you can also reach out to people that do have the possibility to get those permits or whatever. So it might be, for example, all listings that are currently on Airbnb are allowed to Airbnb from here on out, and no one new can do it. Then your pool of owners that you will contact to get deals with, whether that be a rental arbitrage deal, a management deal where you take a percentage, or a guaranteed deal where you give them a fixed fee and you keep the change, would just be the owners that fit the criteria of whatever is within those rules. So it would be a smaller pool of people, but you can then have more leverage to give them a better offer because you know that the supply will be that restricted that you can charge whatever you want once you get the deal done. So do with this what you will, but the summary is don't be scared of legislation. It just gives clarity over the market, and it also gives opportunity, and that you should capitalize from that opportunity and not write it off as oh well, we can't do Airbnb anymore. That's it. Like just look into stuff and figure out how you can go from there to make money from that.